Alright, welcome back for our last row. Our last row, we're going to focus on expanded notation. So in my notes column, I'm going to write the word expanded notation. And again, we have it split between fraction and decimal. So let's go ahead and start with our fraction piece. Remember, the difference between expanded form and expanded notation is now we're using the value of every number represented by a number sentence. So we're going to start with 1 first. So we have 1, and we know that the 1 is in the ones place. So we would multiply the whole number 1 by the number 1, and we would put it in parentheses. We're going to add that to the value of the number, which is 2, and the 2 is in the tenths place. So we would write that as 2 times 1/10, and then we're offsetting it in our parentheses. We're going to add that to the next value of our number. Our value is 5, and we're multiplying that by the digit in the hundredths place, so that would be 1/100. Putting the parentheses around it. And then finally, we're going to take the value of our number, which is 8. We're multiplying it by the value, which is in the thousandths place, so we would say 1,000th, and we're putting it in the parentheses. We have our expanded notation in fraction form. When we put all of that back together, remember we should be able to get our number 1 and 258 thousandths. And that's what we will get. So now we're going to focus on our decimal form. So same thing, we're representing the value of the number by its place value, but we're going to use decimals this time. So taking the value, the number 1, multiplying it by the value of the digit, it's in the ones place, that stays the same. We're going to add that to parentheses, the value of the digit, 2, and this time we're going to change 1/10 to look like a decimal. So our decimal form for 1/10 is 0 decimal 1, 1/10. We're adding that to the value 5, or the digit 5, and the 5 has a value of 100. So we're going to put our parentheses in. We're going to write the digit 5. We're going to multiply that by 100. So that's going to look like 0 decimal 0 1, 100. And then finally, we're going to be adding one more time. We're taking the digit 8. We're multiplying it by the value in the thousandths place. So that's going to look like 1,000. And 1,000 as a decimal is 0 decimal 001, and we have our closing parentheses. So check and make sure that you have your decimal, you have your zeros in the appropriate place. Remember, when we multiply this back, we should get the places that we're talking about. For instance, 1 times 1 is 1, and it's in the ones place. 2 times 1/10 should be 2 in the tenths place. 5 times 100 should be 5 in the hundredths place, and 8 times 1,000 would be 8 in the thousandths place. Remember, math should make sense. I'll see you back for the last piece of our decimal value map.